What's up, PUBG Mobile enjoyers? You're watching Rankem.
Today with Blank, we're going to be ranking the top 8 teams from Europe into 5 different power levels based on how they might perform heading into PMRC EU versus Africa.
So without waiting any longer, let's get cracking.
So Blank, to kick things off here with the ranking, we're going to be looking at Tier 5, the lowest tier, which I think we are in agreement here. No teams are down there, which, I got to say, the tier of these EU teams is looking pretty good.
Yeah, Europe has dragged itself out of the mud. They're doing pretty well now. We actually have most of our teams Tier 4 and above, which is very, very good news. I don't think anyone's in Tier 5 we expect to do horribly badly in this tournament.
Now we're going to jump into our 4th tier, and to start off in the 4th tier, we're going to be looking at the side of SBG, which has suffered some pretty major roster changes here. 2 players did leave the team. Akashi did leave at the end of the spring season of 2023, and Robs did go over to Titan Gaming just a few days ago as of the time of this recording. There's still a lot of synergy potential there with Victor Novalo, but with new additions of Ala and now mainly Snowix, which is a sub-player for a lot of time, but now actually being on the main roster. It's intriguing to see how the synergy is going to play off at the start of the full season.
Joining SBG in Tier 4 is Duarte. In fact, they've done fairly decently in the past, but their roster has changed quite a bit. Now, they still have Malai on the team, who was an extreme fragger in the past. They've also picked up Furia from Excuse Me, who you will see in the future has been absolutely gutted. But he's a great player, and I think an amazing backstop to Malai as well. We'll see what Diana and Proxy can also bring to the team this time around PMRC.
To continue our Rankem adventure, we're going to be heading into Tier 3, where I'm going to start off by putting major pride in that tier. Monkey isn't on the roster anymore, which I'm wondering how that is going to affect the side of Effect and Nomi, because he was a very integral part of the team when he was playing in spring 2023 in Europe.
For sure, and a few less question marks for Alpha Team, previously Sly Europe. They've got a very similar roster. They are fielding only Arsene, who is one of their new players, as a main roster player, with Reflect being as a sub, so he's not gone, he's still here despite being a very good player. But I think this is a team that's on the rise currently. They have a lot to learn, a lot to improve, but they are improving quickly.
Exactly, and then the final team we're going to be having in this tier is going to be Nexus Gaming, which we saw what this team could bring to the table back in Europe Spring, also into the Championship. PMRC LAN, a bit rough, Blank, it's fair to say. So playing back online, maybe that's going to be their sweet spot to perform well. And you still have star players like EXO and Dorian, which had a stellar performance in spring 2023. So I'm wondering if that's going to also transition into this PMRC event.
The second tier, obviously, Titans. I don't think they're going to come second, though. This could be potentially a very big team coming into Tier 2. It's our only team in Tier 2 itself. Obviously, some really big roster developments on this team. Old boy Icy Havlik Robs coming through from Game Lord previous season, who did unreal well for them recently, but finally has been removed from the Game Lord side, Max.
Yeah, I feel like the main reason why we don't put them in Tier 1 is because we've seen so many times in these events, like a superstar level team that just comes in, they have like star players all around, and they just don't have that synergy, don't have that strong communication. So we're just going to wait it out and see if they can perform in PMRC. And finally, here to wrap up our ranking of PMRC EU versus Africa, we're going to be looking at teams we put in Tier 1, also known as the Super DBS tier. Blank, I would love to know, which team have you decided to put in this tier?
I put Mad Balls in this tier, actually, which I think comes as a surprise to a lot of people that I'm putting Mad Balls in Tier 1, the Super DBS tier, just because, right, I think that they're a team that has really tried to improve in the past. They've got the same roster coming again, Tulika, Frozen, Zerich, and Fleeke, and I think it is a good squad.
My team I'm going to put into the Super DBS tier, Blank, actually, I mean, no surprise, is going to be Gladiators, of course, as expected. We're going to have Kitsune, Matic, Tixie, and Meku, still the super squad team that we expect to do well heading into this PMRC. I just hope we're not going to have that slow start that we typically see. I just want them to start off really good with a lot of eliminations, good placement points, average eliminations every time, and we should be good to go. But this is a team that we all pretty much expect to maybe win the whole thing.
Now you guys know what EU's chances might be from our flawless perspective.
Well, either way, Blank, as we know, PMRC is no joke, so we hope to see you guys catching up on the action.
So thank you very much, fellow PUBG Mobile enjoyers, and we will see you in the chat.